on third, and then row 2 we've got Alan Cooper, Jeff Mook, Andrew Burskoff, who'll be hoping for a repeat of his first race win earlier on the weekend. Tom Ridley's the start of row 3 with Mark Haig, Damien Lee, and then row 4 is Ian Davis, Danny Goff, Oliver McRae. Then we've got Mark Stubblefield, Kevin Marshall, Martin Pearson, row 6 David Patterson, Paul Neal, Mark Ellery. Row 7 is Adam Collins, Alan Bushell and Colvin Turner, who hopefully has fixed his bike, has he?
Yeah, that was a broken nipple off the clutch cable.
Oh, we don't like broken nipple.
No.
Row 8 is Tess Bickerstaff, who's not here, and so Phil Zanuto and then Paul Firth.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about the final two, and actually Ollie has departed the circuit, so he won't be out on the 100 bike. I think he had some needs to get home a little bit earlier.
Okay.
So he did his 500 race, and he's left, so that bike is not on the grid for this final race.
Okay. Yeah, the windsock is out in full force. Oh no. Okay, here we go. The rain flag is out again down at, where's that? The bomb hole. One of the places you really don't want the rain flag. So we're going to have to see what happens here, ladies and gentlemen, as to whether or not this race commences and how hard the rain's falling. Yeah, we've got a smattering of rain on the window here, but nothing really major. So hopefully that's just a precautionary rain flag so that they know there's a little bit of wetness about. We've got yellow flags down at Brundles now, just after the bridge. It looks like maybe, I mean, if it is down to rain, it looks like we've had a few go off. Yeah, we've had a few go straight on down there. And here comes the rain, big time. Okay, I'm not sure where we're going to go with this yet, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to see what decision race control makes. Well, it looks like we're carrying on because David Ball has taken lap 1 in the lead, followed by Andrew Burskoff, Jeff Mook, and yeah, I've just to check just then. It's Alan Bushell in 4th place, so he's having a really good start to this race.
Yeah, Ian Davis there in 5th. He had an off yesterday, and he was kind of using the first race today as a warm-up to make everything was a-okay and it all was straight. And obviously he was another one of the people who was out on full wet in that first race, and it was actually bone dry. Okay, it's getting difficult to see now, but it looks like Jeff Mook has just overtaken David Ball, and I can't see Andy Burskoff at the moment. But the problem we've got at the moment is we've got so much rain on the windows of the commentary box we can't see out of it. Yeah, it looks like Jeff Mook's in the lead there, with Dave Ball in 2nd. Can't quite tell who that is in 3rd and 4th though. Oh, there's someone's gone down on the exit of Oggy's. Not sure who that is at the moment. No, they said I think I heard the rider was up and all okay. I didn't hear it. So this definitely looks like it was some passing shower. It doesn't feel like it's reached the start line.
Yeah, we do have, I think, the classic case of a half wet, half dry track here at Snetterton. It looks like it's rained over there and in the distant part of the circuit, and it's pretty dry over here still, other than what's on the windows.
Yeah, we're getting a couple of bits of spots a bit further around in the commentary box here. Yeah, this is going to be very, very tricky for the riders.
Yeah, it looks like they're tiptoeing around Corums a bit here on the way back to the start-finish line.
Yeah, that looks like Andy Bersco up front now. The colour of the orange and white bike.
Let's have a look. They'll soon be alongside us. Let's see who's managed to maintain the consistency. And it is David Ball, and he's desperately signalling to call this off, because it must be really wet out there. But at the end of the day, yeah, they're still waving the wet flag up at Ritchie's.
Yeah, so that's David Ball, Alan Bushell, Ian Davis, Paul Whitby, Damien Lee. Andy Bersco has just gone over the line now. He is cruising.
Yeah, he is cruising.
I think he's going to pull in. I would expect him to pull in at this. David Patterson is up to 7th. This has got to be his highest position ever, I would say.
Yeah, maybe he's got the wet tyres on.
Maybe. Yeah, this is going to be a very difficult race, this.
Yeah, half wet, half dry is a nightmare for the riders, especially on dry tyres. How hard you push.
Yeah, most will have dark visors on, and it does just make it that little bit more difficult. I mean, if you're in with another rider, your gauge can be, you know, what the rear tyre in front looks like, and that can give you some indication.
Well, that's exactly what Alan Bushell is looking at, because he's right up with David Ball, and he's going to be checking out that. Oh, hang on, but he's just been overtaken by Ian Davis, I believe, on the entry to Oggies.
Yeah, I think Ian Davis came to the class tail end last year. He's been doing most of his riding at Darley Moor, and he's joined the YPM series and obviously the circuits that Bemsee take us to. He was at Brands Hatch at tail end of last year, and it was a wet start to the day, and he actually did really, really well. So he's not afraid of the wet. Now, just going back to Alan Bushell, he was actually on full wets in that first race when we were dry, and unfortunately on the first lap, turn 3, he just took the front. So he's now on full dries in what has kind of been a bit of a wet race in some parts, and he's running around in second place. So
yeah, well, it looks like Jeff Mook was the one that lost the front end up at the exit of Ritchie's, but he was up and about, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, we've actually only got 11 runners now left in the race. So Jeff Mook has joined Max, Alan, Mark, Danny Goff, Paul Neal, Mark Elleray. Whether the latter two came in, I'm not too sure. Perhaps the first sort of set of those were caught out with the bad weather.
At the stage where even dry tyres need heat in them, and if you can't go fast around the corners, it's really difficult to keep the heat in. Still a race on though. Dave Ball has just come across the line with a 1.5 second lead over Paul Whitby and Ian Davis, who were neck and neck, separated by 0.002 of a second.
Yeah, it's a large gap back to Mr. Ridley. So Andy Bersco is still out. I had expected him to pull in, but he's still running around there. Patterson just gone over the line.
He's making hay while the sun shines, isn't he, David Patterson?
He really is, yeah.
Or the rain falls, should I say.
Colvin Turner's crossed the line now. I mean, we're looking at David Ball's doing a 2:49 around here at the moment, and you know we've been in the 2:12s, 2:14s earlier parts of the weekend. So this is 30 seconds on top of what they're normally doing.
Yeah, well, that's the effect of wet track or damp track or whatever with dry tyres, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed.
I think there might be another overtake here from Ian Davis is looking at Paul Whitby to go underneath him here and he's not managed it. So Paul Whitby holds on to that second place at the moment as they enter Oggies. David Ball is still leading, but I'm not sure if the 4th and 5th places, Alan Bushell and Damien Lee, I'm not sure if they're slightly gaining now.
Okay, yeah, I can't quite see the order of events from here at the moment. I can just see Andy Bearsco going through Oggies. That looks like David Patterson is heading into Oggies himself. That can be notoriously difficult in damp conditions, that corner. I know from experience.
Well, I managed to crash before I got there. Last time I was in the wet here on the TZR.
I had the case of the new fairing as well.
Right. Here we go. Right, here comes David Ball on the entrance to Corums. He's still maintaining that reasonable gap. And Paul Whitby's got a little bit away from Alan Bushell. And as I said earlier, the 4th and 5th place riders, they are gaining. So Alan Bushell and Damien Lee, they're closing.
Yeah, that's really become a battle there now, isn't it? They've really grouped together. And I think they're probably just building confidence in the track now and in the bike and the tyres that they've got with them that aren't ideal for all parts of the circuit.
Yeah, because I think the rain stopped, Pete. I think the rain has stopped. There's nothing here. Yeah, so they're now going, right, where's the dry line exactly and how much can I make use of it? Because it was only a short little spurt of rain, wasn't it? So we might find that they're now, if we look at the lap times, we might find they start coming down now.
Yeah.
We have only got the one, I think we're on the last lap now, so we'll only find out now.
Well, we can see there to 240. The previous lap, that was a 49, I believe, so there's a strong increase on that lap, I'm sure of that.
Ridley in 6th has got the fastest lap of the race, at 2:31.
Yeah.
Where's that come from?
Yeah. Good on it.
Yeah, exactly right.
But that's just showing, isn't it, that the grip is out there.
The grip is there.
You've just got to find it.
It's what I said. Someone's found a dry line. He's the man who's found that dry line. And we're going for an overtake here. Paul Whitby is just about to get mugged. Who is that was in 3rd place? It is Ian Davis. And he has gone underneath him, and he is closing on David Ball. If David Ball doesn't get the hammer down, he's going to get mugged. And he has been mugged. He's gone round the outside, Ian Davis. He's going for the win.
Well, this has been an incredible win for the guy. Somebody running an Andy Ball TT engineering setup. As I say, he's only come to YPM at the tail end of last year, being a Darley Moore
so relatively new to the class.
Yes, 100%. And he's been the first to admit that it's been a awakening call running in the YPM grid. So much talent and so much pace. But it really is bringing him on. He is a good rider, 100%. He's just lacked that little bit of experience. But he's digging in deep and he's using the experience that he's learned, and he's running a good ride today.
Yeah, he's taking his chances here. Now we've just got to see if he comes out the bomb hole round onto Corums, and it looks like he has. He's pulled this out of the bag. This looks like, with barring any other misfortune, it looks like this could be his win in the YPMs. He's out on the rumble strips there, coming out onto the start-finish straight. I wouldn't have fancied that being damp, but here he comes. Taking the checkered flag,
It's actually Alan Bushell.
Is it Alan Bushell?
It's Alan Bushell that's taking the win. Tom Ridley in 2nd place, David Ball in 3rd, Paul Whitby in 4th, Damien Lee 5th, and Ian Davis actually was in 6th. So perhaps
we couldn't see from the distance. We used where the positions were on the start of the last lap.